Hi friends, this is Ray from Honeytop Bees, and today I'd like to show you how I use my solar wax melter. Now I'm not really sure why some people are down on solar wax melters. I saw an article a while ago that said like the 5 biggest gimmicks for beekeepers that really don't work, and solar wax melters was listed on the top 5. I don't get it. I love my solar wax melter. I'm going to show you how it works and what I do with it, and maybe a couple of tips that I've had along the way in how to use it properly. But I'm not really sure why people don't like it. Now, granted, if you are a larger beekeeper, 50 or 100 hives, and you have a lot of cappings, this is not the most efficient way to render your wax. But if you're a small scale beekeeper, like I am, I usually run 30 to 40 hives. This is sufficient for me. And yeah, I have to clean it out and run it a few different groupings of cappings in it, but it works perfectly for me. So I'm sorry for all you people that are haters on the solar wax melter. I happen to love mine. Now, you can build your own solar wax melter. There's plenty of plans online if you are interested and handy enough to do it. There's really nothing magical or mystical about the whole thing. I have bought mine. You can tell it's pretty well used, but this is the Lyson brand solar wax melter. It has a glass shield on the top, which when the sun comes through causes it to get very hot by solar action. You put your cappings in here. They run down through this little filter right here and into a tray at the bottom. And all of the fine wax that is the best for rendering and for using candles or lip balm, or even for saving for waxing your waxing your foundations later on, is going to go down into the tray. Now, you're going to find a huge difference between just putting some comb on there, like if you have comb that you cut off of a top bar hive or you scrape off of a frame. That comb is going to have very little good usable wax that actually renders through here. Most of it's going to be the debris that stays up in here in the top. But if you put cappings in here from when you're extracting your honey, like I'm going to show you today, you're going to get a lot of wax. Now there's going to be some honey in those cappings as well. What I like to do is after this renders, and I'll show you this tomorrow after I render this wax, is take the tray out and then just run some really hot water over that wax. It melts all of that honey residue off of the wax, and then you've got a bar of wax in there. Now I still melt that down one more time and run it through like a cheesecloth or even through a t-shirt to get it really filtered. And so that's not my final rendering. Hey, thanks for joining me today. If you have some experience with solar wax melters, please put them down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say and share it with the community. And if you wouldn't mind, hit like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll continue to make content like this. Some people like to put like a paper towel over this filter and let the wax filter through that paper towel. It does give you a cleaner result down in the bottom. Now, I'm not going to do that on this particular one. I have done it in the past. I'm not against it. I'm not really sure why I've stopped doing it. Probably because I usually take the wax that I get out of the tray in the bottom and I render it one more time by melting it down and then running it like through a t-shirt or through some cheesecloth so that I get a really clean wax block. And when I'm done, I'm going to have a beautiful block of pure beeswax. I just simply take that final rendering after it's been filtered through the t-shirt, pour it into a silicone mold, which you can purchase on Amazon or eBay, and you have yourself a beautiful 1-pound block of wax. And this is sellable. I'm really surprised at how many people actually buy this for crafts, for lip balms, for different projects. And then beekeepers buy this pretty often for waxing their foundations like we talked about. All right, so let's go ahead and load up some cappings. So I extracted some honey yesterday. I have some cappings in here. If you're not familiar with this, this is an uncapping bin or tray, and in the bottom of this, I'll see if I can tilt it forward and show you, are the cappings. So when you're uncapping, you will balance your frame on this little rod, cut your cappings off with your serrated knife or your hot knife, depending on what you choose to use. And then the cappings drop down into the bottom. The honey drains out of them, and I run that through a filter here at the base. So these cappings make for wonderful rendered beeswax. So I just have a putty knife, and I'm just gonna scoop these cappings up. and just spread them kind of evenly in my solar wax melter. These have been draining for about 24 hours or so, so most of the honey is out of them. I actually got a couple of quarts of honey out of them. Oh, so good. You want to try some?
What is it?
It's just wax with honey in it. Come try some. Chew it like gum. Oh, here's a really good piece right here. Okay, so here are all my cappings, and I am good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this outside, put it in the sun. I'm gonna show you how I like to prop it up, give a little bit more angle for the wax to run out, and we'll check in on it tomorrow afternoon and see how it's doing. Okay. So what I'd like to do is just put a brick under the backside, tilt it up just a little bit more, and I'm gonna get my top. I'll be right back. Here we go. All right, it's late afternoon, so this will probably mostly melt out tomorrow, and then I'll check back with you tomorrow and we'll see how it came out. Okay, it's been 24 hours. The temperature today got up into the mid to upper 80s. Sun was directly beating on the solar wax melter a little earlier in the day. Have quite a few bees around here. I'll show you what we have in here. Actually, because of all the bees, why don't we just take it inside and I'll take a better look at it with you in there. All right, let's see what we got in here. All right, so up here, this is all just mostly junk. Just put that in the trash because I'm gonna reload it. It's honey harvest season, so I've got more cappings, and I will just reload this right back up. Give you a little tip. It's easiest to scrape and clean this out when it's good and hot. Once this wax gets solid, then it gets a lot harder to clean out. But this isn't the part that you're interested in. It's what's down below. So on this particular model, you can pull the rod out to get the tray out that's in the bottom, but you can also just lift this up and pull the tray out this way. And so if you look in here, you can see we have some honey, and then we also have the wax that is on top. So I actually have quite a bit of wax, which is what you're gonna get when you have cappings. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the wax. You can see how it just comes out in globs out of the honey. And so what I will do is I will take this over to the sink. I'll rinse this off with hot water to get all the honey off of this wax. Thanks for joining me today. I will catch you on the next video. God bless.